Now, this upsets a lot of Romanians, believe it or not. I was on Facebook, and many Romanians were actually upset about this article. And the answer is why? Like, why do Romanians care if Superman doesn't believe in the American way anymore? And instead believes in buzzwords like humanity, the UN, institutions, bureaucracy. And there's many answers to it. One of the reasons is that it's viewed as if it's now aligned with woke culture, right? So, like, woke culture wants you to forget about your family. They want you to forget about that little house where you grew up in. They want you to stop caring about all relations that you choose. And instead, they want you to believe that you're a citizen of the earth on a plot of land where economic transactions happen, and you have no affiliations with anyone except for your identity group. And a lot of people despise that because they were never consulted whether or not they agree with this. And they now view the Superman movie as a vehicle for that ideology. And so they're absolutely disgusted with it, especially the people that actually love the American way of life. Because, you see, the American way of life isn't something that necessarily exists, but it's an aspiration. It's like the North Star. It's like, can we get a little bit closer to that? Because the concept of the American dream is not a bad concept. And so, if you judge politicians, if you judge people, it's like, how closer have you gotten us to the American dream? That's not a bad thing. But instead, what we're seeing is a nation that's constantly apologetic for its founding myth, for its way of life, and that is the sign of a weak nation. And most people on Earth do not respect weakness. Women don't respect weakness, men don't respect weakness, and this looks pathetic. If it was any other movie, it probably wouldn't matter. But, like, Superman is the emblem of one of many of America's soft powers. Like, when you think of Superman, you see him flying in the air and the American flag is behind him. Like, that's iconic. Right? Like, the original creator that made Superman made him as such. And so to change that, it means that you think America is wrong. And that is disturbing if you're an American. And from the outside world, it's difficult to respect a nation like that. It's difficult to look up to a nation like that doesn't respect itself. It's very similar to a person, right? Like, if a human being doesn't respect themselves, it's very difficult to expect respect from others. Imagine a company, imagine if Microsoft had a CEO that really hates Microsoft. What type of CEO would that be? Or imagine, someone that works for sales at Microsoft and they really hate the company. They despise the company. They don't want to see the company's logo anywhere. Is that the person that's going to be efficient, that's going to improve the life of other people working at that company? Absolutely not. And so this is what we see here. And it's this level of bullshit that, well, now Superman is for an international audience, right? So, like, we can't have America. They did the same with Wonder Woman. It's like, well, it's for an international audience. It's like, hold on a little bit. It's interesting that Superman used to be for America, and yet every single person from Zimbabwe probably has heard of Superman. You go to China and you ask random Chinese people, they have heard of Superman. So, like, in a time when Superman was actually made by Americans for Americans, it went around the world, like, everyone knew about this, everyone associated with America, everyone liked it and loved it, and now you want to change that. So the reality is, like, you don't want to change it because it's not international. You want to change it because you hate America. Like, you find something wrong with at least the American way. It's not that you hate America. You hate the American way, like the concept, the principle, right? Because if you look at how China is doing things, right? Like, China is also starting to release movies like Wolf Warrior. They're starting to release video games. They're starting to release various products that are on the international market. But they never apologize for being Chinese. They never like, oh, we're going to make this for the wide audience and we're going to be very apologetic and self-critical. No. Like, they're proud of who they are, right? And that's normal. Like, that's healthy. That's what the society needs to have. It needs to have cohesion. Like, you'll never see China being against socialism, right? Because, like, they made their AI. They made DeepSeek AI. And they put it on the market. Anyone can use it. And when you go to the terms of service of DeepSeek, it states that it's in line with socialist values. Despite the fact that it's for a modern world, right? Like Americans are supposed to use that product. People from Saudi Arabia are supposed to use it. And when they use it, they're being told, it's like, no, this is in line with our version of socialist value. Whatever the fuck they are, I don't even know. But like that's what they're saying, right? Because it's their product. Despite the fact that it's for an international community, they're not apologetic. They're not talking about Mao or the Great Leap Forward or the famine. It's like, no, this is what we believe in. You want to use our product, this is who we are. And that's what Superbad used to be, right? Like, this is a movie that's made in America for Americans. It talks about an alien that grew up in a house in Kansas and is the American way of life. And if you want to watch this movie, this is what you're going to get. We're not going to make Superbad like part of your mythos. No, he's our mythos. And you can appreciate our mythos by watching the movie. Don't like it, don't watch it, right? And yet, despite all that, it managed to still be an international brand. Just like DeepSeek is. Meanwhile, this shit, I don't think people will remember this. I don't think like a lot of people will say 20 years from now, oh, remember the James Gunn movie where, you know, Superman is now for the human way? Like what the fuck is the human way anyway? You know, like at least with the American way, you kind of get it. Like, it's the founding principles, right? Like it's an ideology. Like, it explains to you what the American way is. Even if it's not reflective in reality 100%, it's still like an ideological moral framework, right? But the human way, what the fuck is that? Like, which part of humanity? Because, like, the human way can be that of a criminal or a mass murderer. Like, he's still a human, right? He still has rights, still has the right to live and all of that, but he's a criminal. And only humans are capable of being that level of criminals because it requires thought. You know, animals can't be Don Corleone. So, you know, humanity can mean anything. The American way is defined precisely of what it is, like the American dream. That even if it's not in reality, at least you know what they're talking about. And apparently, like, Superman is this only person that can embody the exact dream, you know? Like, he can actually make that dream happen. That's why he's aspirational. That's why he's a symbol. But the human way, like what morality talks about the human way? Which one? Like, what exactly is that supposed to be? Right? Just buzzword. And not to mention, you know, like, the reason Eastern Europe loves America so much, and I said this before, is because we grew up with a lot of American movies, American television, American music. And so growing up with it, you get a level of affection towards America because they made your childhood great. But I don't know if my next generation is going to grow up with that. Because apparently they're going to grow up with China. Because at least China is proud of who they are, right? I wish America can revert to that. I don't want my kids to grow up with Chinese entertainment. I wanted them to grow up with the same entertainment that I did. But not like this. You're not going to make it like this. No one has respect for someone that doesn't respect themselves. Let me know what you guys think, though. As usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.